Dude, I love Justin. I'm a fan. I don't like this matchup for him.
Well, you know what? I mean, Justin knows what he's getting into, and it's hard to count that dude out. He's such an animal.
Yeah, he can land the shot, but...
And it's in the White House. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but that dude has the touch of death.
Yeah.
He has the touch of death.
And he's not a big guy. I've never seen him in person, but I was talking to somebody recently, and they said, no, he's 5'7", you know.
He's small, man. He's not big.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a photo of me standing next to him when we did the podcast. We're standing next to each other. He's much smaller than me. And, bro, he puts people into the shadow realm.
Yeah.
It's just technique and confidence. His confidence is crazy.
You don't think there's any chance that he can...
My waste of time.
Right. No, I know. You don't think there's any chance, based on his toughness, that he can catch him, that he can break him?
No, how? He cannot wrestle. If he could wrestle, yeah. But on the boxing, he drops his hand. He does jab, and he drops his hand. He wants to throw his uppercut, and that moment Ilia gonna overhook him and knock him out right away. But he has no chin. Even like Perry, he touched him so easy, and he was bubbling. You know, his legs was shaking.
What do you think of Justin against Ilia now? Do you give him much of a chance there? A lot of people seem to be doubting him a lot already.
Well, it is tough. You know, the way I describe it is like, I do think there's been some people say, oh, it was kind of a sloppier fight, or there was some other stuff happening. It wasn't as technical. I think Justin Gaethje is more technical versus a more technical opponent. You know, Patty has this very unpredictable, herky-jerky, kind of awkward, weird style, which I think lends itself to both guys fighting a little bit more sloppy or a little more sporadic or chaotic than they normally would. You know, you go back and watch Gaethje versus Poirier, Gaethje versus myself, Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson, these fights where it's like traditional striker versus traditional striker, kind of very similar movements. He can put on a lot more technical performance. With that being said, Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC. So it's going to be...
Speaking of Justin Gaethje, just over here, like how do you think he does against Ilia? Because obviously it looks like that's going to be the fight. That's going to be next.
I don't want this fight, honestly, because, bro, he's almost 38 years old now, and if we look how he in shape in this fight, he look not so good. And fight against Ilia on stand-up, no wrestle, boxing, man, that's dangerous for him, very dangerous for him. And Ilia, he's like, he can turn off the lights very easy, like.
Well, if we're gonna go at that, I got Ilia Topuria knocking him out.
Yeah, same here.
I just feel after you've been dropped so much and you're gonna fight somebody who's deadly striker, great wrestler, who has a chin, who's willing to put himself in the fire to land that shot, and not just a shot to the face. Let's not forget about Ilia Topuria's body work as well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, and then Pimlet, you said Paddy Pimlet could fight who?
If this is the way they're going, they've made Dan Hooker versus Arman Sarukian. They've made something Oliveira versus Gamrot. They've made now Topuria. If they're going to do Topuria versus Gaethje, if this is the way they've gone, it only leaves Pimlet versus Holloway.
And they're my two mates in the main event, Ilia versus Justin. Ilia did say he was going to come back around this time, so June, perfect for him. And obviously Justin Gaethje said himself when he was fighting me, he wants to beat me and then go on to fight on the White House, and he's done it. You know what I mean? That's off to him. He said he was going to do that. That's a scrap. You know what I mean? They're going to come out and they're going to try and take each other's heads off. But everyone's already counting Gaethje out, and we've already learned you can't do that. I don't know, I've got a sneaky suspicion that Gaethje might pull off an upset here and surprise everyone. As you know, it's a fight. It's a fist fight. It can go either way. Anyone could beat anyone.
Ilia Topuria sent a chilling and calculated message to Justin Gaethje ahead of their rumored White House clash, and it instantly caught the attention of the entire MMA world. He made it clear that he doesn't aim to humiliate his opponents or drag fights out for entertainment, but at the same time, he issued a warning that felt almost cold-blooded. According to Topuria, the fight won't just end, it will end fast, so fast that by the time Gaethje even realizes what happened, it will already be over. Calm, composed, and completely confident, Topuria said, "Justin, see you at the White House. I'm not someone who humiliates people. It will be quick. When you wake up, everything will already be finished." That level of confidence isn't just talk, it's coming from a fighter who has been finishing elite competition in devastating fashion.
I'm gonna prove every single one of these I know that I have the biggest fight of my life. I'm not satisfied because it is still second place. It moves me up the rankings. It goes #1 champion and then boom, me right underneath Intercontinental champ. I'm going to be fighting for the belt now. In history, I'm going to be a 2-time interim champ, which on paper makes me a champion, and another fight in the future. So that's exciting. I earned that.
Gaethje, however, is built differently, and his mindset couldn't be more opposite. Known for his aggressive all-action style, he isn't intimidated by the warning at all. Instead, he's fully locked in on one goal, scoring a knockout and proving everyone wrong. He thrives in chaos, and he believes that the unpredictable nature of MMA is exactly what gives him the edge in a fight like this. Even after hearing doubts from analysts like Stephen A. Smith, Gaethje remains unshaken. In his mind, this isn't just another fight on a big card, it's a legacy-defining moment. A win here wouldn't just silence critics, it would cement his place at the very top, and potentially steal the spotlight as the main event of the entire night.
And then my two mates in the main event, Ilia versus Justin. Ilia did say he was going to come back around this time, so June, perfect for him. And obviously Justin Gaethje said himself when he was fighting me, he wants to beat me and then go on to fight on the White House, and he's done it. You know what I mean? That's off to him. He said he was going to do that. That's a scrap. You know what I mean? They're going to come out and they're going to try and take each other's heads off, but everyone's already counting Gaethje out, and we've already learned you can't do that. I don't know, I've got a sneaky suspicion that Gaethje might pull off an upset here and surprise everyone. As you know, it's a fight. It's a fist fight. It can go either way. Anyone could beat anyone.
Adding even more intrigue to the situation is the confusion surrounding the White House card itself. Gaethje revealed that he was initially told he wouldn't be fighting on the event at all, which came as a major surprise. Then, almost out of nowhere, everything changed. He received another call saying he might actually be included, and shortly after that, it was confirmed. That sudden 180-degree turn not only shocked him, but also made the opportunity feel even bigger and more special. It's the kind of last-minute chaos that only adds to the drama and makes this fight feel even more unpredictable. Meanwhile, the rest of the lightweight division has plenty to say. Arman Tsarukyan completely dismissed the matchup, calling it a waste of time and claiming that Gaethje has little to no chance against Topuria's skill set. In his eyes, he's the rightful contender and should be the one fighting for the belt. On the other hand, Charles Oliveira offered a more balanced but still dangerous take. He believes Topuria has a very real chance to knock Gaethje out, and he even went a step further, predicting that Topuria could eventually move up and challenge Islam Makhachev in a massive super fight later down the line. Despite all the noise, doubt, and criticism, Gaethje continues to embrace exactly what makes him dangerous: the chaos. He understands the risks better than anyone. He knows that Topuria has knockout power, but he also knows that he carries that same threat in his own hands. For Gaethje, that's what makes this fight so exciting. It's not about playing it safe, it's about stepping into the fire and seeing who breaks first. In a sport where 1 second can change everything, he believes anything is possible. Fighters and analysts remain completely divided on how this fight will play out. Rafael Fiziev highlighted one of Gaethje's biggest weapons, his unorthodox, gritty, almost dirty striking style. It's not always clean or technical, but that's exactly what makes it effective. He has a way of dragging opponents into uncomfortable, chaotic exchanges where their precision starts to break down. If Gaethje can force Topuria into that kind of fight, a messy, high-pressure brawl, the outcome could be far closer than many expect. Still, not everyone is convinced Gaethje can survive that storm. Jorge Masvidal issued a serious warning, suggesting that a fight with Topuria could be career-altering in the worst way. He believes the level Topuria is operating on right now is simply different. Similarly, Daniel Cormier advised Gaethje to be extremely careful. According to him, engaging in reckless exchanges against someone with Topuria's precision and power could end the fight instantly, and that's a risk Gaethje can't afford to take lightly. Even so, there are still believers in a potential upset. Paddy Pimblett pointed out that fans have made this mistake before counting Gaethje out too early. In a sport as unpredictable as MMA, all it takes is one moment, one exchange, one perfectly timed shot to completely flip the narrative. And when you add in the magnitude of the stage, a White House event, a massive crowd, and global attention, the pressure and motivation could push Gaethje to another level entirely. The discussion doesn't stop there. Demetrius Johnson also weighed in, predicting a knockout victory for Topuria. He highlighted not just Topuria's striking power, but also his durability, composure under pressure, and especially his body work, something that often goes unnoticed but can completely break an opponent over time. It's these small details that separate good fighters from truly elite ones. At the same time, the bigger picture continues to unfold. There's ongoing debate about a potential super fight between Topuria and Islam Makhachev, a matchup many fans believe is inevitable. However, that situation has already sparked controversy. Topuria claimed Makhachev avoided the fight due to injury, while Makhachev fired back, accusing Topuria of making excuses and trying to control the narrative. In the middle of all this, Dana White stepped in to clear things up. He shut down the rumors completely, stating that the fight between Topuria and Makhachev was never officially planned in the first place. According to him, fans should only trust confirmed announcements and not get carried away by speculation or online back and forth. In the end, what we're left with is one of the most exciting and unpredictable matchups in recent MMA history. Topuria versus Gaethje isn't just a fight, it's a clash of styles, mentalities, and raw power. On one side, you have a calm, calculated finisher who believes the fight will be over in seconds. On the other, a relentless warrior who thrives in chaos and refuses to back down from anyone. Whether it ends in a quick, brutal knockout like Topuria predicts, or a shocking highlight reel upset from Gaethje, one thing is guaranteed.